What's going on, YouTube? This is Taboo Trinity with a video response to Reno Slow Motion as well as Young Woodster on uh, the topic of gay marriage and gays adopting children, um, gay being a learned behavior, gay being a mental illness, civil union versus marriage, and natural and unnatural, and things of that sort. First of all, um, Young Woodster, I had to check out your videos because I was watching Reno Slow Motion, and he was very upset about, I guess, some responses he had received from you, and he gave you some free publicity because I had to see why he was so bothered by what you had to say. I'm going to try to take an open-minded approach to this subject, which was not always easy for me to do. I will admit that at a point in time I was very defensive about what heterosexuals had to say about my lifestyle and my sexual orientation, but at this point I'm more so blasé about it. People are entitled to their opinions, and that's fine. You can feel how you want to feel about gays and lesbians. I don't necessarily have to agree, but I'm not going to sit here and argue with you about it because you won't change my mind and I won't change yours. I just hope that this will shed a little light on maybe how you feel about it. I'm not going to sit up here and say you're ignorant and you're stupid and this and this and that, and I don't want people to send me responses and say I'm an abomination and I'm going to hell and things of that sort. This is just my opinion. This is my walk in life, and I just wanted to put my 2 cents in on it. First of all, I agree with you on some of the things you say, and I disagree with you on some of the things that you say. Now let me elaborate. First and foremost, you said that being gay is a mental illness. True enough, they've done studies or whatever that says that it's not. And you say, well, I can determine that it's not a mental illness because the natural function of the body is to reproduce, and it's obvious that if you're with someone of the same sex you can't reproduce. So I would say that it was unnatural based on that without having to do any studies on it to feel the way that I feel about it. Duly noted. But my point on that is, if it's a mental illness, if I'm mentally ill, I need to be collecting a social security check. And since I'm not, I would say it's not a mental illness. But for real, being serious, it might be a mental illness. Who am I to say? I really don't know. If it is, so be it. I feel the majority of the world is mentally disturbed in one form or another, so I'll just join the masses. I just have a different mental illness than some other people do. Some others might be obsessive compulsive disorder, or alcoholic, or drug addiction, or pedophile, or whatever, pyromaniac, kleptomaniac, schizophrenia. So this is mine. Homosexuality. That's my mental illness. Moving on, you said that you don't feel gays should be allowed to adopt children. I really don't understand why you would disagree with that. You said if I have the natural abilities to reproduce children, why not just get with someone of the same or of the opposite sex to naturally reproduce? But my standpoint on that is like me asking you to get with a gay man in order to reproduce, if that was possible. You're not attracted to men, so why would I tell you to go against what you naturally feel and what you're attracted to for the purpose of reproduction? Yes, I can go and sleep with a man tomorrow, and honestly I might do so to have a child. I might go about it the natural way, but with the technological advances that we have developed in our society, if I have another way of going about having a child, such as having a surrogate mother or in vitro fertilization or adoption? Why not utilize those resources that were invented for us to take advantage of? There's a lot of children out there without homes. There's a lot of people who gave their children away, and you would rather have those children grow up in foster care and await a heterosexual couple to adopt them, and they may never be adopted, when me and my life partner, my woman, could go in and adopt that child and give that child a loving home. um, I don't feel like a child should be denied that based on my sexual orientation. You said that being gay is a learned behavior. Possibly. I really don't know. I don't think that there was anything that occurred in my life that I can recall, anyway, that would have influenced me to be a lesbian. I naturally feel like this is how I have always been. Now, was there something that may have went on in my life that I don't recall, that my parents didn't correct, quote unquote, or whatnot, that caused me to become a lesbian? Maybe. But I didn't even know what being homosexual was until I reached my teenage years. When I was growing up, it was not publicized or out there in the open like it is these days. And truthfully enough, I did think I was mentally ill because I grew up in a household with both parents. My parents are still together to this day. They both played an active role in my upbringing, and I turned out gay. My siblings didn't turn out gay. No one else in my family is gay. Only me. Why is that? I'm really not sure. And that's what leads me to believe that it wasn't a learned behavior, because my parents did not at any time encourage me to be with someone of the same sex or say it was all right for me to be with someone of the same sex. I was always taught that boys should be with girls and vice versa. But that's just not how I felt. I was never attracted to the opposite sex. So it just didn't work out that way for me. But I do know many women who were molested and in domestic violent relationships with men, or who were sexually abused, raped by men, and I feel that that may have played some influence on them becoming lesbian. So possibly in their case it was a learned behavior, but I don't think that that's the case all the way across the board. There's some of us who didn't experience any of those things, and we're still gay. So what is there to be said for us? That is my question to you. Also, you said that gays shouldn't be allowed to be married, that if we're fighting for equal rights, it should be us fighting for those equal rights in a civil union. If it's all about us wanting the same rights, then we should be fighting to have the same rights that heterosexuals have in a marriage within our civil unions. On that point, I do agree with you. I don't care for the term marriage. I could really care less if I'm granted the right to marry, to declare this person my life partner. If I could have the same rights within a civil union, I'd rather fight for that, because that is what it's ultimately about for me, the rights, not the title of a marriage. And also, you said it is unnatural for a man for a man to be with another man, or a woman to be with another woman, and you could tell that because the vagina is designed for the penetration of a penis or whatnot. But and that's true. Our bodies were designed to reproduce. But my thing to you, I would say, is that if that's unnatural for a woman to be with a woman, because our bodies are designed to be with the opposite sex, then it is unnatural for men to desire fellatio or anal penetration with their woman, because that is unnatural. There is no reproduction going about by me putting a penis in an anus, or a penis in a woman's mouth when the mouth is for consumption of food. So that's all I have to say on that. But I appreciate you speaking out and putting your 2 cents in on how you feel about it. And we're all entitled to our opinions, and I've learned things from you, and I hope you've learned something from me today. Much love.